Let's look at this question on AP. All right. The question here says the sum of three consecutive terms of an AP is 21 and their product is 315. Find the terms. All right. That's the question there. Find the terms. All right. So how do we solve this question? Solution, please. All right. Solution. So we have this. We are told that the sum of three consecutive terms, all right? So the three consecutive terms could be your first term, your second term, and your third term. And they said their sum is 21 and their product is 315. So let me just write this down. The sum of the three terms is 21 and the product of the three terms is 315. So we have this. We are asked to find the AP, all right? So find that AP, find that sequence where the sum of the first three terms of the sequence would give you 21 and the product of the first three terms would give you 315. So how do we solve this question? What do we do? Now, we know that for an AP, usually the first term of an AP is A, the second term of an AP is A plus D. The third term of an AP is A plus 2D, as we have already established in our previous class. Now, if you have this, and we are asked to find the sum of the first three terms. Now, this would be this plus this plus this. Now, if you do that, you have A plus A plus A, which is equal to 3A. So that's 3A. Then you're having D plus 2D, which will give you 3D. So basically, you're having 3A plus 3D equal to their sum, which is 21. Now, when you have two unknowns, there is no way you can solve them except you have a simultaneous equation. In essence, we should not use this. All right? We could do something else. What is that? Let's subtract D from each of these. Subtract D from here. This minus D becomes A minus D. So I have this as A minus D. Okay. Subtract D here. So minus D. You have A plus D minus D. Plus D minus D cancels out. It's basically you saying D minus D. That's 0. It goes off. You're left here with what? A. Subtract D here. So minus D. This becomes A plus 2D minus D. That is a single D. So you have A plus D. So instead of using A plus D, and A plus 2D, rather you could use A minus D, A and then D. So we'll say let the three consecutive terms, let the three consecutive terms be A minus D, A and A plus D, as we've established there. Let's take their sum. Their sum would give you this one first, A minus D plus A plus A plus D. Their sum is equal to 21. So you have here as 21. All right, remove the brackets here. Let's solve this. Removing brackets here, I have A minus D, this one here, plus A plus this one here, A plus D. This would be equal to what there? 21, as we have here. From here, A plus A is 2A. 2A plus A is 3A. So we have 3A minus D plus D. That gives us 0, or it cancels out. So this will now be equal to what there? 21. All right. So if we use the consecutive terms as A minus D, A, and A plus D, you can see that one of the unknowns, which is D, will cancel out. And that's why I said we should use this one instead. This one instead of the first one. This first one will leave us with two unknowns, which will be difficult to solve because we don't have a second equation to solve them simultaneously. We don't have. And this one becomes problematic to work with. So instead, we work with this one. So you can see we now have 3a is equal to 21. To get the value of a, divide here by 3, divide here by 3. This will cancel this. So a is equal to 21 divided by 3 gives you 7. So with this, we've gotten the value of the first term. The first term, a, is equal to 7. All right? What was the next thing there? They said that their product, okay, is 315. All right, let's take products. Their product. All right, let's take their product. Their product becomes this times this times this, which is a minus d multiplying a plus d. This is equal to 315. So I have 315. So you have this. All right, let's multiply this. We could choose to multiply straight, or we could just choose to put the value of d. Since we already have the value of d. Okay. Yeah. All right. Should we put the value of d first, or do we multiply first? Okay. Let's say this. So first things first, bring a outside here. So I have a into, bring this a outside. Then you have this one here, a minus d. Then you have this one here, a plus d is equal to 315. Now I have repeated the same thing. I just brought the a outside here. That's all. All right. All right. Next up, let's see what do we do next. At this point, you could choose to keep solving this, or you could just replace the value of a as what? 7. All right. So let's say put a as 7. Put a as equal to 7. All right. I'll just get my calculator so we can solve this. All right, let me get my calculator. All right, so a becomes 7 into a minus d becomes 7 minus d. A is 7 into a plus d. A is 7, so 7 plus d is equal to 315. The first thing I could do here is to divide here and divide here by 7, since they're all multiplying by 7. So this will cancel this. So you have 7 minus d into 7 plus d is equal to 315 over 7. That's 315 over 7. That's about 45. So it's equal to 45. You have this. Now let's keep on solving this. For this, we have to expand the brackets. To expand the bracket, we'll have 7 times 7, 49, plus 7 times d, 7d, minus 7. Use minus 7 now to multiply. Minus 7 times d, minus 7d, minus plus, minus d times d, d squared is equal to 45. Now proceeding with this, obviously I'll have to move this over here. And of course, 7d minus 7d, this will cancel this. So I'm left with 49 minus d squared is equal to 45. Move 49 over here. I'm having this as minus d squared is equal to 45. 49 comes over here, becomes minus 49. We have this. All right, next up we have minus d squared is equal to 45 minus 49 gives you minus 4. Of course, minus cancels minus. You have that d squared is equal to 4. Let's get the value of d. Now from here, to get the value of d, we'll take the square root of 4. All right, square root of what I have here, 4. And we know that the square root of 4 is equal to what there? Plus or minus 2. All right, the square root of any term is equal to plus or minus its value. So it's not just plus 2, it could also be minus 2. So the value of d is equal to plus or minus 2. Let's see at d equal to plus 2. Right, let's take plus 2. If it is plus 2, we said the sequence is a minus d, a plus d. All right, what's the value of a again? We got a at 7. That becomes 7 minus d is plus 2. So 7 minus 2, and then a is 7, and then a plus d, that becomes a is 7, 7 plus d is 2, so plus 2. And that means we'd have the sequence, the first 3 terms of the sequence as being what's there. 7 minus 2 is 5. Then we have 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9. So if a is plus 2, the sequence, the first 3 terms of the sequence is 5, 7, 9. That's your answer. What if, so let's say at d equal to, what if it is minus 2? If it's minus 2, what do you have? We'll have that the sequence is the sequence is still the same thing there. A minus d, a plus d. All right, so it becomes a minus d. That becomes a minus, sorry, the value of a is 7. It becomes a 7 minus d. D is minus 2. So a minus d. D is now minus 2, comma, and then a is 7, and then a plus d. So it becomes 7 plus d. D is now minus 2. Work on this. This gives you what there? This gives you 7 minus minus plus 2, and then 7, and then this one here 7 plus minus minus 2. So what do we have there? 7 plus 2 is 9, and then 7, and then 7 minus 2 we have 5. In essence, this question has 2 possible kind of sequence. The first sequence is 5, 7, 9 in increasing order, or the second sequence could be 9, 7, 5 in decreasing order, right? So we have to find the sequence, right? Hold on, let me check the question again. The question exactly here was we should do what? Let me see. Find the terms. All right. So the terms we have to find would be 5, 7, and 9, or 9, 7, and 5. It's the same thing, just arranged in different orders. One in increasing order, and the other one there in decreasing order. All right. All right. So let me give you a task. Let me give you a question for you to solve. Let's see. So let me give you a task real quick. So here's your question. The question here says the sum of 3 consecutive terms of an AP is 6, and their product is 90. Please. The question here is the sum of 3 consecutive terms of an AP is 6, and their product is 90. Find the terms. All right. Find the terms. That's your question. Leave your answer in the comment section and I'll give you a reply. I'll tell you if you're correct or not. All right. All right, guys. So that is the solution to this question. Do well to hit the like button. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Right. Like this video. Also leave a comment. I give you a task. Pause this video. Solve that question. Leave your answer in the comment section and I will give you a reply. I will tell you if you're correct or not. Don't forget to also subscribe to this channel. If it's your first time or you're yet to subscribe, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Hit the subscribe button. Also hit the bell icon and select all so that you get notified whenever we upload new content. Then finally, do well to share this video to your friends and your colleagues so that they can also learn. Thank you and see you in our next class.